Hello again, everyone. My name is James Shotwell. This is the Music Biz channel, and today we're going to talk about collaborations, why they matter, and why you need more of them in your career. Let's be honest for a second. You've likely spent your entire career trying to get people to hear your story. The stories that you want to tell about your life and your perspective on the world through the sound that you've been developing throughout your life. And I completely get that. Individuality is a big part of art, not just why we make it, but why we enjoy it as well. We like to make songs our own. But what if I told you that perhaps the fastest way to grow your audience right now is by sharing your story with someone else? Collaborations are the key to getting ahead in music right now, and collaborations can mean the difference between being an artist that some people know and an artist that a lot of people know. But getting started can be scary, especially if you're a young artist. After all, you know that other artists are more established, have more fans, have a lot more to perhaps offer than you think that you do. But I want to encourage you to try, and today I'm going to give you a few tips on how to start collaborating with other musicians no matter where you're at in your career. So let's get into it. You see, as weird as it may seem to try and collaborate with other artists, I actually think it makes a lot of sense. Artists are a very specific breed of people because I think everybody has ideas that they think they should share with the world, but only artists put themselves through hell in order to make sure that those messages actually get out to the world. Who else to understand what you're going through as a creative person than another artist? Which is why collaborations can be so good, not just for your career, but for your mental health as well. And a great place to start is with co-writing. Now, co-writing is as simple as it sounds. It's you and 1, 2, 3, up to, 12 other people working together on an idea. Now, this song might end up being on your next album or on their next album. It might end up being something that you work on together and record together, or it might be something that never goes anywhere. What you're trying to accomplish is just seeing what you come up with. I mean, so much of creativity is supposed to be about play, about fun, about experimentation. And when we get into the music business, we stop losing sight of that fun stuff. We stop doing things just to see what happens. But collaborations make that fun and possible once more. So a good place to start is the co-write. Reach out to your friends that are also in music and suggest that you guys sit down together and see what comes up. Maybe it's nothing, maybe it's the next big hit, or maybe it's just a chance for you to learn how somebody else approaches songwriting. I mean, there is certainly a scientific way to write a song, but most people have something a lot more organic in how they approach it. They like to start with the chorus, or they start with the verses, they start before the music even begins, or sometimes the music comes first, and learning how other people do it can help you in your own process. I'm not saying that it will change how you do things, but it will give you a fresh perspective, and that's always helpful. Along those same lines, if you're trying to get out there just getting started in the world of collaborations, why not offer to help people with their recordings? And by that I mean add gang vocals, add an extra guitar part, sit in and play drums if that's something you can do. When you hear that your friends are working on something, rather than saying, I want to be a part of that, just offer to help them. Say, do you guys need anything? Do you need an extra vocalist? Do you need a backing part? Do you need somebody to just sit in and tell you if this is any good? And don't ask for credit, don't ask for payment, at least not first. Just be there. Just be there to support them, see how they do it, see how they write songs, see how they work together as a group if it's a band, and just, soak in that experience and see how it informs what you do moving forward. Maybe there's something about the way that they work together to finish a song that can inform what you're doing on your next project. The fact is just being in the room, being supportive, and participating in any way possible. If they give you credit and if you make the record, that's great, but just being around other artistic people and seeing how they process creativity can do a lot for your career. Now, if you can do those first two things, ask somebody to co-write and ask if you can support somebody while they're working on their new project, then I think you'll have enough confidence to do the third thing, which is asking somebody to help with your project. Now, I asked one of my friends in the band You, Me, and Everyone We Know how they recently approached their new album, because there are several guest contributors that I wouldn't have expected to be on the album, but they're there. So I asked how it came to be. And the frontman for the band said that what he did was he just thought about who'd been supporting his music career up to that point. All the artists that he's encountered, anybody he'd met on the road, anybody that he'd seen on social media. He was thinking about all those people that had interacted with him over the years and who really seemed passionate about the band. And when he whittled that list down and really took stock of who seemed to be the most passionate, that was also artistically inclined, he just started reaching out. He started to contact those people and say, hey, I know that our band means something to you and we would like you to be a part of the next thing that we create if you're able. And of course they paid them and they gave them credit, but at the end of the day, it was just about inviting somebody into your process. The same way that you want to hopefully be part of somebody else's creative process, you should be inviting people into yours, asking them what they think of the material, presenting your ideas, your themes, your concepts, your riffs, and seeing what they would bring to the table. Maybe it's a new lyric, maybe it's a slight twist to a single line, maybe it's just a little sequence of notes in the middle of a track that only you will ever know are there, but will make an entire difference to the overall feeling of the song. Invite people to participate. You'll be surprised, especially when approaching people that you already know like your music, how many people get excited about the idea of contributing. I know that I grew up loving the Allman Brothers Band, and if at some point Greg Allman had come to me and said, hey man, do you want to sing backup on one of the songs for our new record? I would fly myself to Muscle Shoals, Alabama and make that happen because I love them so much that I would love to participate. And then when that album came out, I would be such an ambassador for it. I'd be like, I'm part of this and you should hear it. And guess what? Back to that story I told you a minute ago about my friends in the band You, Me, and Everyone We Know, inviting their biggest supporters in the world of music to collaborate revealed exactly that. The people that collaborated on the record became the biggest ambassadors telling other people about the album. So then all of a sudden those guest features, which were already cool on name alone, were even better because the people that were appearing on the album were promoting the album as if it were their own, making it an event in the entire alternative music community rather than just the scene where the band existed. So let's keep playing this out. Let's keep playing this out. So we were absolutely lacking confidence when we started this video. We knew that we should collaborate. We didn't know how. We didn't know what we would do. So then we asked somebody to co-write with us, and that went well. And we got a chance to work with our friends, and that went well. We invited our friends to come work with us, and that went well. So the next thing to do is to start dreaming bigger. You know, maybe we can get with an artist who is much larger than we are right now. Maybe I could work with one of my idols in songwriting, you know, somebody that wrote a song that made me want to get into music. Maybe now I could sit in the same room with them and we could work on something together. But how do I get there? How do I bridge that gap from my level of success and recognition to the level where the people I want to work with are? And I have to tell you, I know the secret. I know the answer. I know exactly what you have to do. Are you ready? Are you ready? Hold on. Let me make sure. All you have to do is ask. Now, I know that sounds crazy because you're going to get a lot of no's. But if you're in the music business, to hear the word yes, then you are in the wrong industry. This is a business where you get 10,000 no's before you get a single yes, but that just makes that yes all the better. So if you want to work with someone, be it Feldman or Matt Squire or, I don't know, anybody in the music industry, Rick Rubin, for example, just ask, send an email, put your best foot forward, do everything in your power to present the best version of yourself and offer somebody to come into your imaginary world of creativity and just play with you, to have time writing songs, to hear some of the new material, to collaborate, just put it out there. And what's the worst that could happen? You hear no, your heart is broken, and you move forward because a single no has never stopped anybody. And if it does, then you don't deserve to be out here trying to make this happen in the first place. So if you want to work with somebody, just ask. Don't be a dick. Be nice, be professional, you know, put your best foot forward, give them everything they need to know about you if they're not going to know who you are. But all you can do is ask, and all they can say is yes or no, and you won't be physically hurt no matter what the outcome is. So take a chance. Believe in yourself. I believe in you. You should too. And I do want to add one note right here, which is you may be living in the middle of nowhere. I live in West Michigan right now. It's not exactly a hotbed for music production and artists. We have a few, but not a giant community. So if I wanted to work with some of my idols, I would probably need to be in New York City or Los Angeles or England, right? No, this is 2021. We live in the age of the internet. We've all spent the last year in a global pandemic that required all of us to spend our entire day online interacting with other people. In today's world, you can collaborate with people across the world without leaving your home. So the idea of being able to collaborate with an artist in India or a distributor in Japan or a mastering person that lives in Kentucky from wherever it is you are right now is simple. It's the easiest thing in the world to do. In fact, our entire world is slowly working towards a point where none of us ever have to leave our home because we can do everything together online. So if you're trying to find an excuse for why you can't ask your hero to work with you, distance and geolocation is not a good one. Price could be a thing. If they're charging you money to work with you, that's totally reasonable. But if you're scared they're going to say no, or if you're scared you live too far away, or if you're scared that, I don't know, you don't have the right apps or whatever it happens to be, those are just excuses, my friend. You are better than you know, and you are worthy and deserving of collaborators. You're worthy of meeting people who love what you do and want to help you do it better, and you're worthy of helping other people do what you love better. So put yourself out there. You're gonna be okay. And if I can add one final thought to this, which is something that we haven't really gotten into, which is the why of it all. Why does this matter? Why do I have to collaborate? Well, the music industry is a small place. I know that there are thousands of artists and tens of thousands of songs get uploaded every day, but the real meat and bones of the industry, the people who are doing things, the movers and shakers, that community is fairly finite. And the people who get added to that community are people that people in the community already know. As the old saying goes, it's all about who you know in the music industry. And collaboration is a way to expand your Rolodex. It's a way to meet more people, know more people, and more importantly, have more people know you. So if you are talented, if you have songwriting chops, singing chops, drumming chops, whatever it happens to be, collaboration is a great way to get that talent recognized by people in positions of power and influence who can improve your career. Maybe they can get your band a new gig, or maybe they can present you with other opportunities to co-write or produce or whatever it happens to be that puts money in your pocket in addition to what you do with your band. The possibilities are endless, but you'll never know about them until you put yourself out there. And that's what I want to challenge you to do this week. Reach out to somebody, be it a friend or an idol, and ask them what it would take to work together. Offer your services, ask them if they want to join you. I don't care, but try it this week. And I'll try it as well. And if you want to reach out to me on Twitter or on our blog or somewhere and tell me how it went, I will tell you how mine went as well. So let's do it. Let's put ourselves out there this week. And if you find yourself needing even more advice on how to navigate this crazy thing called the music industry, or if you need help with social media or distribution or production or marketing, that's why this channel exists. Music Biz is here to help you navigate the modern music industry, and we're building a community of passionate, inclusive people around this platform, and we want you to be a part of it. So please, if you haven't done so already, click the subscribe button down below. And if you have, well, you have my sincerest thanks, and I'll leave you with the same thought I leave at the end of every video. No matter where you go in this life and what you choose to do with your time, please take care of yourself, because you deserve it.